Warm blessings. This is Master Shaman Palai Chi, and welcome to my channel. I aim to bring you value on my channel, so if you have found this true in the past, if you've been following me but haven't subscribed yet, if you can do me a little favor and go pay it forward by clicking the like, subscribe, and notification buttons, it's totally free to do so. There has been some concern for singles and divorced individuals that are worried about traditional Hmong saying that an individual who isn't married yet or divorced, or basically non married individuals, should hold off on becoming a shaman if they are called to be one or if they feel like they should pursue that whole spiritual journey. And today, I'm going to bust the myth for you. So, one of the myths out there has been that an unmarried person cannot become a shaman. But the first big question would be, did you choose to become a shaman or did it choose you? If benevolent spirit guides chose a certain individual to be a shaman or to become one, then there should be no questions asked, and the individual should certainly pursue it. So, however, if you were not called to the spiritual journey to becoming a shaman and you are curious to be one just because you wanted to gain superpowers, then it may not be the right time for you. And it may not be at all for you if you're just trying to gain superpowers just to gain superpowers. But in shamanism, it's not about the superpowers. It's really about the timing and if your frequency is vibrating at the correct stage of your desires. Meaning, whatever you desire, are you vibrating internally, uh, energetically in that stage? Or at that level? Are you, in fact, doing activities to fulfill spiritual urges that you felt for a long time? Are you mostly just fascinated and just want to gain these gifted abilities? Now, I'm not saying anyone cannot do it or that everyone should. However, most great shamans are those who actually never wanted to be one, me being one of them. So, back to the question. Can a single or unmarried individual become a shaman or should they? The answer is going to be it depends. However, simple answer would be yes, you can. But this yes answer is relevant to how you are called or if you were chosen to get into it. Basically, if you chose to get into it and it wasn't like the spirits were telling you or channeling through you to really push you to it, right? The rising shaman process is those who are single, divorced, or orphaned should not become shamans if they do not have a spouse. That's the Hmong tradition or the Hmong shaman process if you are a rising shaman. The true concern is they won't get side help. That's the thing. Because typically a shaman needs a trusted individual to watch them during trancing sessions. There needs to be like this side person that helps watch the rising shaman's back. So we call that a husha or a person that's shining, watching the shaman, right, as they trance. The other concern is a spiritual one, which is if they aren't married, then a spiritual partner might come looking for them, causing them to have spiritual illnesses and take them away from the physical world, as in taking their soul away. So basically, they would have to pass away, or they could possibly pass away if they become a shaman without a spouse or partner. This being the fact and belief that a partner or spouse actually protects the rising shaman as they go through their whole process of becoming a shaman. So, this can be true. Okay, everything that I said could be true, and it's not a lie and can still happen nowadays. However, because society has changed quite a bit, where people are staying single for much longer now, and divorce rates are higher than back in the villages, and most people have fallen back on their moral character, virtues, and values nowadays. The benevolent spirit guides are practically saying that they need to start bridging help to everyone, regardless of their age or marital status. Now, this has been downloaded to me several times, especially since the beginning of my spiritual journey and going into my shamanic journey. So, in essence, you must be prepared, whether you're single, divorced, married, or non married, however you want to call it, you must be prepared to go on your spiritual journey, whether you are young, old, or whatever age, right? Due to the changing times that we are in and headed towards. This is our future, right? Our future is basically the spirit guides are saying people or humans are losing their moral character, virtues, and values, whatever age they're at. And if it was their mom and dad, then now we must come to the younger generations to prompt them and to lead them and guide them through the way so that they don't get lost in this whole corruption, social corruption, right? Whatever the corruption may be, that is going to affect them in any way, shape, or form, whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, spiritually, you name it. So when you receive the calling, you need to answer to it, or it will lead you to karmic consequences that in turn leads you back onto the spiritual journey. Because why? You start to find that it is hard, or it becomes hardship for you going through these karmic consequences. So then you end up giving up, basically giving up on the karmic consequences and saying, I've had enough. And that's when you lower down your ego and pride and start to come back to say, okay, I'm ready to learn now. So the spirit guides are doing this not because spirit guides are mean, right? They're not putting you through all these karmic consequences because they just, plainly want you to go through trouble. But it's because they are trying to get everyone, young or old, married, unmarried, they're trying to get everyone up to par, which means a higher vibrational status within each person on this planet. There's a part of us that needs to improve and grow spiritually in order for humans to live with truth and in peace and in harmony, uh, with some compassion, at least some, right? Most of us, and kindness to come back into our hearts. So, in summary, what matters is that the urge for you to become more spiritual is due to this, to basically a negative consequence that you went through and you truly want to heal from. I'll also point out the fact that you may not become an actual shaman. You may not be a shaman, but you may become a healer of your own kind, whether that may be psychic medium, and you just give suggestions, or you become a wizard or a seer or someone that predicts, someone that sees and predicts, maybe within the next few minutes, or some may be like months from here. But you are going to become a healer of your own kind. And there's going to be many of us that are going to be healers of our own kind, though we may need help from a master shaman. Again, this can happen due to changing times, the changing times that we're in. And from my experience, it doesn't matter whether you are single, divorced, or married. You just have to know what you are doing, what you're seeking. If you're seeking a teacher or mentor, you're working to find the betterment of humanity, and you are going to become a planetary warrior, as I call it, then you'll need this guidance. If you are not hearing spirit guides chiming in each and every day, if you're on the path and you're still climbing to get there, but still not sure what you're doing, go out there and check out and listen to the healing song link that I'll have down in the description below, and listen to it a few times. If you feel inner vibrations, then check out my 11X Enlightenment program that will definitely help you to spiritually shift and activate your DNA to empower, transform, and elevate your spiritual journey to the next level. if that is in fact what you truly desire or what you feel deeply that you are being urged to go for to answer that calling. All right? Warm blessings. And until next time, this is Master Shaman Palai Chi with Falithi Healing.